Hey people, Tier 53, Garvus Ice Gate blue team. We have Man's Whole Man, I believe this is Swift. With a Lord Commissar, strong offense and support, fights in melee combat, begins with a refractor shield, can also shoot his own fellas in the head. Alongside here is Jorge, is a force commander, very good offense, fights in melee combat, can also tank, disrupt and support with buffs. Maybe some kind of Slaneshi cult starting out over here. And rounding off the blue team is 17 DPS with another Lord Commissar. Red team, Hate is a weapon, rocking a Plague Champion, starts off range combat with a damage of a time bolter, can get melee weapons, some decent utility and support, can build turrets and repair, but is very slow. Alongside Dark Riku with a Warboss, melee hero that can walk through objects, very good offense, disruption and support with perpetual anger. Rounded off the teams then is Malakai as a Lord General, fights range combat, begins with a retinue of stormtroopers to help him out. Can add to this retinue throughout the game, giving him more abilities, has very strong defense and support. This is the Armageddon Steel Legion elite scheme, I think. Kicking off on the east side then, we have Lord General versus Lord Commissar. Someone's been naughty over there. West side is Lord Commissar versus the Plague Champion. Those heretics out of cover, being shot to death by las guns. These guys buffed up by the Lord Commissar's inspiring execution, shall we say. Plague Champion now being tied up. Good usage of the Lord Commissar. CSM taking big chunks of damage too. Gonna need to back off here, I think. Those heretics out of cover at the start kind of messed up this beginning here. Should have been trying to focus down the Lord Commissar, I think, because that's the thing that's going to tie you up and make you fall back like this. Orks in mid. Found some scouts. Warboss can't quite get an attack off. I'm sure he wasn't happy about that. East side, meanwhile, is still uncapped. Lord Commissar getting in amongst the Lord General and his retinue, taking out his stormtroopers. He might go down here. Does go down. Lord Commissar will also most likely fall on retreat. There we go. And now it's just las guns versus las guns. Sentinel and double guardsman. Looks like the blue side has the most firepower here. Sentinel's not going to last too much longer, but survives, I think. Here comes some orky help though, with tons of Daka, and blue team may lose this east side after all. Yep, it's a lot of shooting orcs. Those fellas have to run, and red team are going to cap the east side. Meanwhile, west, Lord Commissar's pushed up a bit, capped some stuff, decapped the power, good work. And now double CSM on the field for Hate is a weapon. Red team are capping and bashing. Jorge is back in the mid, making some orcs flee. We'll now swing east to try and help, I think. Got tactical marines, we've got that force commander. And some devastators. And there's not a whole lot they can do here against devastators. Maybe the Warboss can find his way around the firing arc. You need to set this thing up quickly. There we go. Warboss is not going to like this. Right in the face of the devastators, takes big amount of damage, but does get away. Tactical marines out of cover here. Would like to close in for melee, but it's a lot of ground to cover while you're taking shots. And force commander's not helping. Might drop a model. That guy wasn't in cover and does fall. Not sure what he was waiting for there. Move up your devastators. Now he has. Needs to move them up again. Keep him moving. Multi-laser turret going up for the red team there, Malakai. Plague Champion's got his sword out. Not happy with this Lord Commissar tying him up, but is immediately dealt with thanks to Catachans knocking him over and everything else shooting at him. Heretics are not going to do a lot of work there. Get their Doom Blast, but that was it. Now we have double CSM with a ton of war, and those guys will do some damage in tier 1 for sure. But here come Catachans with power melee weapons, chopping up those CSM. Look at this. Almost got 2 models off those guys. Catachans do not care about your Eternal War and your power armor, apparently. Those guys are hanging out for a second, but they do get away. All reliable grenade launcher on retreat. Doesn't get a model though. East side is red still. Devastator is trying to find a place to set up that doesn't get them shot by orcs. Triple shooters here for Dark Riku. And all the sentinel. No, Malakai still has a sentinel. Red team have that turret over there, using it to stabilize and bash power now. 391, 494. Spotters on the field for Swift. And an assault squad now for Jorge. Warboss might be needed to deal with those guys. Get his spiky armor or just one of his melee weapon upgrades. Maybe the big stomp. But Commissar has nothing. This guy has Aura of Discipline. Help out his poor guardsmen that die pretty quick. There's that Plague Sword. Lord General going for the Sergeant Retinue member can hand out medical packs. And they've pushed up here, the red team. Not sitting back. Almost got a decap on the power. Blue team up against it here on this east side. Might need to triple it. We'll see. Lord Commissar gets suppressed. Does manage to tie up some guardsmen. And, oh, he's outside of the firing arc there, actually. Sentinel gets a good stomp. Artillery disrupts the heavy bolter. And now the Commissar gets into tight, but he doesn't have much support here. He's going to be persuaded to leave, I think. Might go down. If they focus him, looks like they are not. There's the spotters dropping their smoke shell, and he couldn't really make a dent in Malakai here, who's now going to bash power again. West side, looking bad for Haters of Weapon again. Struggling to deal with this Lord Commissar. And now he's being followed in by Catechans. His stuff is just getting ripped up. He's got disruption. He's got a good front line up. A constant las fire coming in too. Plague Champion went down over there. 324, 494. More power bashing on the east side. What's going on mid? We've got some Orks ready to shoot. Fully upgraded shooter boys with big shooters and that knob bleeder. Really do pack a punch in tier 1. These guys are not fully upgraded. Don't have the knob bleeder yet. Might need some help here, says Haters of Weapon. And here comes Riku. Gonna get some Daka on the flank. Where are the sluggers at? Here they are. They do have burners, but they are far away from the fights right now. All reliable. Uh-oh. Riku's gonna get flanked himself here. Assault squad jumping in. Force Guano just kind of hanging out. We haven't seen him be aggressive. He has got a bunch of XP, so he must have killed some stuff. Riku loses one of his shooter boys. Loses 2 of his shooter boy squads. Ouch. Warboss now with the boss pole, buffing all this chaos stuff. Again, heretics sent in their default state just to die. There was no real point in that. They're soaking up damage for like 2 seconds. Warboss gonna try and get a revive, I suppose. Is that the Plague Champion? There he is, twitching. Can't die until Nurgle says so. East side is still red. So it really is a game of 2 sides right now. Red team doing very well on the east and very poorly on the west. And vice versa for the blue team, of course. Lord Commissar's in there. Got his carapace. Gives him some buffs when he executes someone. You know, it's important to encourage that kind of thing. He's getting in again. Should have been quicker to move the heavy bolter there. Tactical Marines helping out with got some guardsmen too. Looks like the blue team will break the red team here, but here comes a flank. Nope. It's just more blue stuff. No flank. Orks did replace one of their shooter boys, Riku. The turret will go down. And blue team will take the east side. Can they get a bash at the same time? They are pretty far behind on VPs here. The Commissar just throws his shield up while the Sentinel tries to shoot him. Ogrin's on the way for Malakai. Can get those nice medical packs from the Sergeant. West side, look at this. Red team pushing down. Having to fight a Chimera now. That smoke was from Catechans there. Defensive smoke. Plague Champion with fetid armor and mucus discharge still at level 1. But now he's got some war gear. Is persuaded to leave again though. They are getting rid of him pretty quickly. They've got Plasma Gun Guardsmen fully upgraded with the 12 models here. Reinforcing 3 at a time of this Chimera. And doing a fair amount of damage. That's like 24 DPS just plasma. And they've got all the piercing coming in too. Assault squad trying to bully these guards on. But here's some Ogrins. They've got some friends, guys. They might want to run away. Can they get a model off them? Looks like they did drop 1 back there. But they will survive with 2. 8 is a weapon. Get some Noise Marines up with a Blast Master already. We've got a Plasma Devastator for Jorge. And... oh, Riku just going tier 2 now. Level 2 Lord Commissar gets the decap and gets away. Can Red Team get the VP immediately? There is a Devastator here to deal with. 271 to 468. Heavy Weapon Squad now for 17 DPS. We'll be hoping that they do a bit more than 17 DPS, I think. Ogrins get their Bonehead leader. Now up to 4 models. I don't think the Bonehead is differentiated. Oh, I guess he's... no, I don't think he is. With this DLC, with this elite scheme, I should say. It's the same. Overpowered, you can't pick him out. Devastator's dealt with. And Tactical Marines backing away. Red Team should be able to grab this VP now. Meanwhile, West Side. More shooting fights out of cover. And with Chimera support, the Imperial Guard will win that fight. Uh-oh, maybe not. Last Master Shot comes in. That could even things up. Catachan's having to retreat. Slaughter active on the CSM, but these guys have just been executed for double damage. Despite dropping models left and right, Commissar does get in on these guys. Does he have a power sword? He does. This thing's painful. Also has Carapace and Aura of Discipline. Swift with just a Carapace. Red Team sitting on the east side again. Sluggers now fully upgraded for Dark Riku. Massive threat. Sentinel with a missile launcher too. Weird boy up for Dark Riku. War truck on the way. Tank busters are in. They might try and hunt down that Chimera using the truck. 245, 459. Red Team still with a sizable VP lead. Can they hold the east side here? Devastator's getting way too close to Ogrins. Big misplay from Jorge. Gonna lose him, and does lose him. Big misplay. Does have some Stone Guard veterans. Should actually be using their Vengeance rounds versus Ogrins, since these guys are super heavy infantry. They're using the default Kraken rounds right now. And take the garrison. And you can't blame them, because these guys are on a tear. Just tearing through those guardsmen there. Commissar gets away. These guys in this tower. I don't know, fellas. Are you gonna get away? Looks like they'll be alright. Looks like they'll be alright. Ogrins can't tear them apart that quickly. Not sure about these guardsmen though. They're alright. Ogrins lost interest and are now going to bash some power. Riku supporting west side. Warboss with his claw, but does have to run away. Plasma kind of moving up now. Can the Plague Champion get in? Nope. Really struggling to get into these melee fights for any length of time as the Plague Champion goes down again. Does hit level 2. Plasma kind of shot barely misses. These guys need to move up and support the CSM. There's a double slaughter. Now pulling out their chainsaws, these guys. That's an ability given to them by having their aspiring champion leader. Didn't do a whole lot. Plasma kind of just backed off. There's a las cannon over here. Bad news for that truck, which is why it didn't move up, I suppose. Our Red Team do have this full power here. Need to note it. And tons of DACA for these guys to deal with. You saw them there using the execute of the Commissar to break their retreat. Pretty damn useful thing to be able to do. Heavy turrets up on the east side. This is a global ability of the Lord General. Uh-oh, Weird Boy got caught. Assault squad ripping through him, but he does get away. Force Commander is down with the Sacred Standard. Does he get away? He should be fine. Blue Team can get on his VP now, though. And east side is starting to creep back up the west. Blue Team is starting to creep back up the west side. 155 to 459. Leman Russes now for Swift. There's one, and here comes another. Should be able to push through with that. The heavy turret is going to be a threat. Here comes a bunker, most likely with repair support in it. Stone Guard veterans using Avenger Strands to take down this war truck. Need to keep themselves moving. Last cannon couldn't get a shot though, I don't think. Maybe got one. Uh-oh. Sluggers there to flank. Switch targets to the Stone Guard. War truck is still alive. I thought the Stone Guard were going to finish it off on rear armor there. Maybe this melter bomb can. Assault squad are right here. They didn't use their melter bomb though, they jumped. They could have taken down the war truck pretty easily. Maybe the scouts on rear armor with their shotguns can. Down to 9 hit points. 4, it does go down. I think the assault squad getting in with a melee attack, perhaps with the power sword. 119-459, massive VP lead for the red team here. Blue team really struggling on the east side, but here's double Leman Russes. Good thing to have when you're struggling. Ogrins need to move here and chase them down, need to put pressure on. Heavy turret doing massive amounts of damage to the Leman Russes, you can see. Also an autocannon helping, and the Sentinel itself. The heavy turret does go down. Here come the Ogrins, a little bit late, but here they are. 102-459 on the VPs. Leman Russes getting repairs off the bunker. Ogrins continue to chase though. This guy's doing heavy melee damage so they can rip apart anything. Even a tank. Getting a lot of rear armor hits here, but I'm not sure if they'll be able to chase it all the way. Switching targets now. The right thing to do, I think. Sentinels there to help. Maybe they can finish this thing off. 98-455, and they do finish it off. Nicely done by Malakai. Chased back. One Leman Russ down. Blue team do have red team's natural VP though. Here comes the Warboss. Just laying waste to infantry with this claw. Scouts find themselves in a pretty bad place. Oh, now we have some Vanguard veterans. First company assault marines with power melee weapons. They lose some utility in that they forget to bring their melter bomb. The old Vanguard veterans. Here's these double CSM again. Trying to close for some slaughter. These guys reinforcing so fast, and a really good Catachan explosive blast, knocking back double CSM and sluggers, and those guys were getting mopped up there. If the Catachan's closed for melee, might have finished off one of these squads here. We have a Terminator Force Commander with lightning claws. Okay then, maybe he's expecting knobs or really wants to fight some Ogrins. Here we go. It's a splash damage power melee weapon. 95 DPS on its initial hit. Yeah, blue team are just straight up hanging out on this VP now. You might have to come over and help this player. It's Malakai over there. Ogrins can't tank everything. These Noise Marines strangely split up. That's a good shot. They're going to drop models though. These guys way out of cover for some reason. They just like the noise out there. Leveling to 2 are the Noise Marines. We've got a Predator tank on the way for George. And Swift with double Kashakin. Double Leman Russes didn't work out for him. He's still got one of them. Where is it? Was over it? Locking down the mid is the blue team. Chaos Predator now for Hate is a Weapon. Yeah, red team need to get together and push mid at the same time. They should be able to break it. Buffed Catachans. All reliable. Just turned things to mist in that building over there. Was it the last master? No, it wasn't. Warp Vomit stunning the Force Commander. Someone has to get on that VP. Force Commander still marching forward, taking some friendly fire and some power claw hits. This tank getting a bit too far forward, I think. Uh-oh. Taking some rear armor hits from this Vanquisher cannon Leman Russ. And down it goes. Sloppy play from Hate there. Sloppy play. Shouldn't have been that far forward. This is Hans Leman Russ. 17 DPS was the one that finished off that Chaos Predator over there. And we have another Predator from George. Lots of tanks for the blue team. Red team struggling to deal with it. We have a looted tank from Riku, but they need... you have a las cannon or you have an auto cannon? I mean, they still have the east side. Heavy turret goes up. Dropping a heavy turret in the mid would be a big help. Those Kassakin almost wiped. So that'd be okay. These guys also having to flee. Trying to get close for a grenade there. I think maybe they used it. Can red team crack this? Look at this. Tanks. Chimera. We have a bunker now. It's a repair bunker, I believe. CSM trying to go up the west side for some reason. Cap things maybe. We need some more AV. We need some more AV. Leman Russ has 13-20 hit points at level 2. There's an Imperial Abyss and a Rocks. Pretty damn effective. Did it actually wipe any of the vehicles? I don't think it did. Got the Chimera very low. Tank Buster Barrage misses. Everything survives. I'm amazed none of them went down there. Can't get this VP back. Ogrins are trying. They are trying. Level 3 Ogrins too. But they can't manage it. Blue team keeping up such pressure here. And they've set up to do so with the bunker and stuff. Level 3 Noise Marines. They're certainly getting a lot of shots in. Now being tied up as soon as I say that, of course. East side is still very red. You need to move, guys. You need to help out in the mid, I think. At least the Guardsman squads. Just shoot some stuff down. Like the Commissar. There's those double Kassakin. They are mid right now. Leman Russ dropped in by Malakai. These guys getting caught on the west side there. Can they crack this? Getting Land Raider, says Hate. Well, it's not right now. There we go. The Land Raider Phobos. Good at taking out large targets, but does need some support. Multiple Leman Russes. It's not going to be able to take on by itself, that's for sure. And we have a Last Cannon Predator tank. The Kassakin with their default hotshot las guns here. Here we go. Riku is pushing. Tank is not moving right now. We do have some commandos trying to be sneaky, but being spotted. Not sure what they're being spotted by. Maybe they're just too close. Down goes the Knob Leader. Good shot from the Blastmaster. Absolute chaos here. Red team trying to get their VP back, but can't do it. There's so much damage coming in. There's Kassakin. Look at that. Tons of damage on the Warboss. Not sure why this Leman Russ is not firing here. Are you going to shoot, buddy? Are you going to shoot? There we go. Maybe I just didn't notice it firing, but it seems to take forever to shoot there. Oh wow, Blastmaster shot almost wiped out this Kassakin. That seems to be from full health. 98 to 252. Force Commander is going to get away, I think. He has soaked up so much damage with that Terminator armor. Has to be said. Red team still sitting on the east side Malakai still has some stuff over there. I mean, you can see why he doesn't want to lose the east side and have a triple against them. But you need this natural back. Level 4 Chimera. Pushing back the red team even further now. Look at the bodies on this VP. A bunch of Ogrins. Here's the Land Raider Phobos. Doesn't want to get it too far forward as the Assault Terminator is now in play. There's the Dirt Caster. Yeah, you need to back this guy up. Plasma cannon shots coming in. Those Vanquisher Cannon Lehman Rusters do not mess around. Look at the damage on that Phobos already. Madness. Warboss going for the decap and gets it. Hard Boy's on himself to help him do that. Looted tank pushing forward, trying to finish off this Lehman Rust. But gets finished off itself. And the Commandos couldn't chase because they got intercepted by Vanguard veterans. That was so close. Clutch moment there. Blue team still looking pretty strong. Has to be said, the Phobos didn't really do a whole lot. And now needs all of the repairs. And Hate has no repair units. Oh, the Plague Champion, I guess, is a repair unit. He's level 2. Might want to get his... Well, I say, might want to get this, might want to get that. He's got no requisition. But the Plague Fist might help him cap. Ogren's bashing some stuff on the east side. And why not? Probably worth denying them some power right now. As a kind of shot comes in. Red team do have their natural VP back. There is the 2-to-1 again. Phobos in place. Sentinel needs repairs. Need to repair something, guys. Not repairing anything right now. Uh oh. Is that a Manticore? Guess it was just a Basilisk Flare. I thought a Manticore shot was going to come in and devastate those guys. Assault Terminators are getting the VP back. And they decapped it. 74-226. Sluggers trying to flank in there. Plasma Cannon will set up again, and this Phobos is quite low. And that was a crisp shot on the CSM. Warboss doing his thing. He's level 6. Now has his heavy armor. Up very close to 2,000 hit points maximum health. Does have to run away, and blue team get the VP back almost immediately. Assault Terminator is getting in there. Didn't even take that much damage, really. There's an Imperial Abyss coming a little bit too late from Hate. Could have used it when they were capping there. They would have had to stop. East side. Red team are losing this. There's a rocket run. It's going to be a triple for blue team, I think. The comeback is very much on now. As long as red team held the east side, they had a chance of getting themselves back in this game, maybe with a couple of nukes and taking the mid. But now it's looking quite bleak. It is looking quite bleak. Crack. Plague Chamber level 2 heals himself. Gets right back up again. And then dies. Very difficult to push against something like this. You just need numbers, and the red team just don't have it. 74-150. Some Manticores from Malakai might have been good. Warboss gets in. How did he get into combat there? Slugger's also hanging out. Not sure what they're doing right now. Warboss is dealt with. This is uncapped, but blue team do have this side now. For a single, look at this though. Sneaky commandos getting in. These guys capping faster than normal. They might actually be able to grab that. Red team are super depleted now though. So depleted. Look at the state of the ground here. Red team are retaking the east side. They have a single. Might get a quick double. Malakai still has a decent amount of forces. Ogren's level 3, a couple of Leman Russes, one of those level 3, and some Kashyyykin. Getting their destructive grenade launchers here. Commandos did finish the cap and might take out some guardsmen, and they do. Nicely done, fellas. Now the rocket launcher brought to bear against the Chimera. I don't think they can outshoot it though. With the Leman Russ there especially. Blastmaster will set up. They must be level 4. Oh, not quite level 4 yet. Smack. Stone Guard veterans using Annihilation on no fear to try and cap. Boosting their damage resistance. Doesn't stop them getting knocked over. Like that. That's those grenade launchers coming in from the Kashyyykin. These things passively knock over with every hit. Pretty awesome. 15 to 1 to 3. 1-to-1 cap now. Blue team have the 2-to-1. It's much closer at the end than I thought it would be. I thought blue team had this sewn up when they took the east side, but they lost it now. They could probably push back and get it, maybe. Or maybe not. Those Ogrins might win that fight over there for them with 2 versus 2. The Leman Russes. Ogrins might swing it. Here comes some Lightning Claw Terminators. And why not? 14 to 115, 1-to-1 cap. Knob squad on the field now for Riku. He has so much red as well. And nuke could be very important here. Jorge and 17 DPS also have enough red for a nuke. Which is 500 for those that don't know. Lord General's level 4. What's he got? He's got his melter guns and flak jacket. Can't disrupt Terminators with the grenade launchers, I'm sorry. They don't care about little explosions going on. That's a rocket run. Hits pretty well. Keeps them away from the VP, more importantly. 14 to 104. Plague Champion gets in, but again is persuaded to leave. Another Land Raider Phobos on the way. Blue team are pushing against the east side and they are decapping it. Where are the Ogrins? Ogrins are off the field already. There's a double. It's going to be a triple. And that could be the nail in the coffin for the red team here. Could be it. Oh, these guys have stolen the bunker. Is that Commandos in there? I think it's Commandos in there. Here comes some knobs. And they're looking at this Leman Russ very funny. Down goes that bunker, I guess. Double cap here for blue. Assault squad jumping the Kashyyykin. Let's have a look at this knob squad though. Now they're fighting Lightning Claw Terminators. It's not going to help out. It's not going to work out very well for them. And there is the concede. Red team giving up at the end there. They were just way too depleted to keep fighting. And these guys now had a Land Raider Redeemer. So there you have it. Blue team with the comeback. They were like 300 VPs down at one point, I think. Maybe even more than that. Some sloppy play from Hate has to be said. And as these other guys tried to push Riku and Malakai, they inevitably lost stuff. Trying to prop up Hate, who made some sloppy plays. Getting way too overextending his vehicles a few times. Using his CSM kind of clumsily, and his heretics too, but hey, chaos isn't always pretty. With a level 2 Lord Commissar for Swift, a Terminator Force Commander, there he is for Jorge. Level 10 Commissar for 17 DPS. Level 2 Plague Champion, level 7 Warboss, very beef at the end. And a level 5 for Lord General. There you have it guys, thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.